And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Fantasy Football G episode. And what a match day one! I just finished watching the Portugal versus Turkey. So, just making you aware as of the time of recording, it is just after match day one. What we're going to do is we're going to jump straight into it. Just review how many points I have. I have put down my rank over here for you guys now, but my points are still being processed. And then we're going to take a look at my limitless team that I have for selection and discuss whether or not Mbappe should be in that, as well as the captaincy going into match day two. So, without further ado, let's get into this, guys. Cool. So match day one just finished, and a lot of guys blanked. A lot of guys blanked. There were a lot of surprises. In all honesty, surprise performances really from from teams we wouldn't say as top teams really, but disappointing, I guess, performances from the top teams. So the big guys really didn't come through for a lot of us. I think here what really um, determined your rank in this match day was your captaincy, and then of course one or two guys that hold or didn't hold. So I ended up on 61 points. I believe after the calculations done, I will still be on 61 points. I don't think any of my players won man of the match, but we'll never know. We'll see. But yeah, that is my team match day one. Now we are going to go into match day two, Limitless, and I have put this team together. And I think what I want to do is I want to start from the top straight away, so we can get into the discussion as well of Mbappe. So revealing my Limitless team, the forwards for the team are Cristiano Ronaldo, Harry Kane, and Romelu Lukaku. Now, I have decided to not go with Kylian Mbappe because I think there's just a little bit too much uncertainty with the degree and severity of the injury of his nose. We know that it's broken. We don't know how severe it is. Sky Sports have come through with the doctor just commenting on what it could be, what it can't be. The doctor does think it's minimal, but he will have to wear a mask now. And even if it is minimal, they did say that he will have to be out at least for a week if it is not a very severe, because he will not need surgery in the near future. So I think even if he does play, he's going to be playing very cautiously. I mean, he definitely won't be going in for any headers. I think Van Dijk and crew they are going to be picking on him in that aspect. So, um, when you're playing very consciously about a limb, a head, it's not really. I don't think he's going to be performing to his best, especially against a Netherlands defense. So I would rather go with guys who I know are going to be performing at their utmost full. And the other reason why I also went with these guys, in all honesty, is the fact that they all blanked. And to me, I always have this thing that look, if a player blanks, then that to me that definitely means he's going to get some sense of some sort of return in the next game. He's more likely to get a return in the next game. So let's see if Cristiano, Kane, and Romelu Lukaku can get a return. Now, moving on to the midfield. I think the midfield is very standard here. I think, yeah, there could be one or two we could debate, but I think is um, Kevin De Bruyne is a player that we can. He's a player that I think will be doing very well in the next game. They are playing Romania. I think the players all go back. Oh man, I don't know if you watched that game. That was a very good game. But Romania's players all rush back, and so they sit deep. And when they do attack, they launch a full-out counter attack where even their defense is up. So I think they can be caught, considering that Bakayoko and Daku are very fast players. But what I did like there is in the fact that even if they are sitting in a low block, I think Kevin De Bruyne can crack a few shots there. Jude Bellingham is Jude Bellingham. They're playing against Denmark. I think he's definitely going to be having some goal involvement there. And then Musiala and Wirtz, honestly, is really just covering the attack of Germany against Hungary. I think what I love about that is that I'm covering both the left flank and the right hand flank in terms of attack. So, yeah, let's see. And then we'll get into captaincy at the end once we see the entire team. So let's get into the defense there. For the defense, which is I think the part where we all kind of like wondering, who we should be going with, because I think it's very evident that clean sheets are not necessarily a given here, especially with the big teams. So I did have a slight change from my draft to this team selection, and that was with Akanji and one of the goalkeepers. I've always had Mitchell Stark, Trent, Guardiola, and Cancelo, but I had to change. I'm very confident in the Switzerland defense. I think they hold the position very well, and without the ball, you can't attack. And then I think Akanji had the most ball recoveries as well. So I think that he's definitely a good pick there. If not him, then you can also go for Soma if you're looking for a goalkeeper. I think Soma is also a very good option, which he was the keeper that I actually had, and then I removed him for a different player. I think just to mention Cancelo, what I do like is that Dalot was also playing very high, and Cancelo almost had like a sort of free role that he used to have at Man City, because the formation showed him to be as a right winger, but then he ended up moving to the left, and Dalot ended up moving to the right, with Mendes being the left back as part of the back three. Now, Mendes didn't really make a lot of runs, didn't really play up too high, but eventually in the second half, he started playing up high. And I think that's when you started to see that they needed a lot of goals. But what I really love about the Mendes pick, which I'm trying to say is a different option here along with Dalot, is that I think Mendes, I have to check, but from what I saw is he has a lot of opportunity for ball recoveries and an attacking option as well. I would put Dalot and Cancelo ahead of him, though, because he's part of the back three there with Diaz and Pepe. And Cancelo and Dalot were really high, even having crosses and shooting opportunity as well. So if you are looking to double up there on the Portuguese defense, I'd say consider those three defenders there. And then let's get into the goalkeeping department now. Castells and Dubravka. That is the change that I made from Soma to Dubravka. I have to be honest, guys, that I might butcher myself here if I get the wrong team, but I think it's Slovenia or Slovakia team that was playing Belgium. That defense, honestly, the way the team was very disciplined in the structure of the defense and making sure that there's no holes in between the actual lines of defense from the front to the back. They're very compact. They were very good. So that alone for me should tell me that, and they're going to be playing Ukraine next. So as they were with the underdogs in the Belgium game, I think they know very well that they are the underdogs as well. Ukraine has some very good threats, which I think as well are some picks, but I don't think we can ignore the performance that Dubravka and team put in against Belgium as well. So if they can keep out a Belgium team, I think if they go ahead again, a couple of goals, I think defensively they'll definitely be sound. I think Ukraine showed that they cannot necessarily get the goals that they need, especially when they're under the pressure of having to deliver those goals, and as well as the fact that they were very leaky in the back when they necessarily try to go all out in attack as well. So I'm going to take a punt on Dubravka, and then Castells is my backup there. I wasn't sure, honestly, because Romania goes out on full attacks. Now, in all honesty, I think they're going to concede. I really think Belgium is going to concede again. And that's not necessarily to say something about their defense. It's just to say the way Romania played when it went on to into attacking. They never stopped to allow the team to set themselves up defensively. They just kept going and finding the next run, the next ball, and 1-2, 1-2 shoot. And whenever they did win the ball back from a press, they made sure that they're just the next guy who's free, they set him up for a shot and goal. So I think with Belgium committing with a lot of numbers up front, I think the Romania's game is really going to help them against Belgium. So we'll see there. But that's why I have Dubravka and Akanji in the defense. Now, captaincy, right? As you can see, I think we need to touch on Kylian Mbappe here now, because Kylian Mbappe plays on the 21st, right? Now, I have captaincies for all the days, all the 4 days, except for necessarily the 24th, and that's another reason why I leaned on having Dubravka in the side, just to have a player that actually plays on the 24th. But you can't even really count the keeper, you know. So, hey guys, I honestly just try to have somebody playing on the 21st. I think it's really it's an advantage that we have in this game, having players play on different days and being able to substitute them and switch them. Now, it was honestly a decision of whether or not I have Kylian Mbappe in for one of the players, and it was Cristiano because there's Lukaku playing on the 22nd as well. And then I was going to double up on the defense with one of those other options I spoke about in the Portuguese defense. So I think with captaincy, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go with Musiala on the 19th. That's the first day. That is Wednesday. That is today. And then I'm also going to go on the 20th. I am going to go with Jude Bellingham again. I think because being a midfielder, being able to get those recovery runs, and then also the mere fact that he's highly involved in the game as well, a lot goes through him. So I think he's also able to get that man of the match as well. And then being a midfielder as well, also being able to get that clean sheet point as well. So I'm going to go with Jude Bellingham for the 20th, and then the 21st, if Jude Bellingham and Musiala don't prosper, I'm going to take a punt on Dubravka. And that's the point that I was trying to make in having a player on each day, is that you get the maximum amount of chance. You get you literally get 4 chances. 4 chances. And you know what? Maybe I'm talking myself into it, but maybe just before the deadline, if I hear something convincing that Kylian Mbappe is going to play, he's absolutely all right, he's fine, he's even going to start, and he's going to be fine, I might switch him because he plays on the 21st, and he was my 21st captain. And like I said, if Musiala and Bellingham don't work out, then he's a very good captaincy pick for the 21st. And just saying, I think Griezmann is also another nice option. But I'd rather take my chances with Kylian Mbappe playing. Yeah, even with the mask, I might sound contradictory, but yeah, right now I think I'll just be safe. If I hear anything else, I might put Kylian Mbappe in. We'll see. And then for the 22nd, I am gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with Kevin De Bruyne, in all honesty, because of the very same reasons of I had for Bellingham. You know, there's more routes to points there. A lot still also goes through Kevin De Bruyne, and I think when Romania set themselves up defensively, I think he's the person to unlock that team. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else really much to explain there. But guys, let me know what you think of my limitless selection. I hope I helped you guys with your selection as well. And then if you're looking as to seeing how I actually really made that selection, you can check out this video on this side of the screen here, where I basically review match day 1 and which players to look out for that match day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.